innovators by providing mentorship, training, and opportunities to engage in service learning. Operating in China and the US, AEC provides an educational platform for student volunteers to lead and manage meaningful organizations and service projects. This encourages young people around the world to participate in community service and address global issues. The students gain a deeper understanding of global trends in a cross-cultural context, making them better global citizens and more responsible leaders. AEC believes that empowering young people will build a better world. Therefore, it has created a Small Hands Guided by Big Hands student participation program that leverages AEC expertise to develop and inspire the next generations of leaders. AEC has a team of experts across diverse fields in China and the US who serve on the board of advisors and provide students with strong guidance on how to utilize resources. Through regular mentoring sections, AEC's mentor equip young leaders with a global mindset. This is the key element in solving the world's problems of the 21st century. Founded in 2018, American Educated Chinese Foundation, AEC, organization and the certifying organization for the President's Volunteer Service Award. Our mission is to develop Chinese and American students into global leaders and innovators by providing mentorship, training, and opportunities to engage in service learning. Operating in China and the US, AEC provides an educational platform for student volunteers to lead and manage meaningful organizations and service projects. This encourages young people around the world to participate in community service and address global issues. The students gain a deeper understanding of global trends in a cross-cultural context, making them better global citizens and more responsible leaders. AEC believes that empowering young people will build a better world. Therefore, it has created a Small Hands Guided by Big Hands student participation program that leverages AEC expertise to develop and inspire the next generations of leaders. AEC has a team of experts across diverse fields in China and the US who serve on the board of advisors and provide students with strong guidance on how to utilize resources. Through regular mentoring sections, AEC's mentor equip young leaders with a global mindset. This is the key element in solving the world's problems of the 21st century. Founded in 2018, American Educated Chinese Foundation, AEC, is a non-profit organization and a certifying organization for the President's Volunteer Service Award. Our mission is to develop Chinese and American students into global leaders and innovators by providing mentorship, training, and opportunities to engage in service learning. Operating in China and the US, AEC provides an educational platform for student volunteers to lead and manage meaningful organizations and service projects. This encourages young people around the world to participate in community service and address global issues. The students gain a deeper understanding of global trends in a cross-cultural context, making them better global citizens and more responsible leaders. AEC believes that empowering young people will build a better world. Therefore, it has created a Small Hands Guided by Big Hands student participation program that leverages AEC expertise to develop and inspire the next generations of leaders. AEC has a team of experts across diverse fields in China and the US who serve on the board of advisors and provide students with strong guidance on how to utilize resources. Through regular mentoring sections, AEC's mentor equip young leaders with a global mindset. This is the key element in solving the world's problems of the 21st century.
Greetings and welcome to AEC's first annual conference. We are excited that each of you has joined us today. We are dedicated to service learning, This conference will highlight a year-long community project, student reflections, and exciting announcements. We will also have an experienced leader, Dr. Ron Wilder, will share his expertise in leadership. We are hopeful that you will continue to follow up after this meeting. For more information, please check our AEC website at aecglobal.org.
Thank you, our student Tommy. Yeah, thank you. Hi, everyone. Good evening and good morning, China. This is Jency. I'm here to say welcome and thank you. So welcome our students and their parents and also advisors and also partners. So here, at the very beginning, I would like to introduce our advisors team. So here we have 8 advisors, board of advisors team. And first, I would like to introduce our Mr. Nan Xianchen. Yeah, he's one of the best and most famous K-12 principals and senior educators in China. So it's our great honor to have Mr. Nan Xianchen to be our advisor. Hi, 老校长, could you please say hi to everyone?
校长可能要他刚走开了一会，马上回来。
刚走开了一会儿。Oh, sorry. It was just okay. I will come back to him. Okay, yes, and don't worry. 老校长was graduated from English major in Beijing University. Okay, long time ago. Yeah. So and he has been, but in the past 10 years, he has been devoted himself into the special education development in China. Okay, yeah. So and Mr. 南罗兰老师 ，Are you there? 罗兰老师，请问在吗？Okay, seems not yet. Okay, Miss. Oh, okay, 罗兰老师你好。
Sorry, yeah, I just muted my microphone, so yeah.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, welcome. Okay, and 罗兰老师 yeah, he's expert in the self-driving industry in California. Also, besides, he enjoys coaching young entrepreneurs and students. And then we have Dr. Li Pingyan. He's an expert in civil engineering and earthquake geology. Yes. Yeah, let's have... Hi,
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Happy Chinese New Year.
Yes, yes.
大家拜个晚年。
好的，谢谢。Thank you, Dr. Li Ping. Yes, and then we have Dr. YR. Dr. Yao Rong, yes, is an expert in environmental health science. Yeah, do we have Dr. YR here today? Okay, seems not yet. Okay, then we have Dr. Li Junhe. Yeah, is a professor and expert in the philanthropy. Okay, so she's a real expert in the non-profit organization operation. Okay, Dr. Li Jun. Yeah, okay, so all the doctors are coaching and guiding our students a lot in their fields. Okay, and then next we have 2 great moms as well as parenting and family education experts, Mrs. Connie and also Mrs. Pauline. Is Connie there? Connie, are you there? Okay, Connie is currently the president of Stuyvesant High School Parents Association in New York. And she's also working in New York. Okay, and Pauline, 请问 Pauline 老师在吗？
在。
Hi. Pauline 老师。Yes, yeah. So Pauline has been a role model for many young parents in both the US and China because of her book, yeah, about her daughter. And also she made a lot of lectures, which really inspired a lot of families. Yeah, and also both Colleen and Pauline, both great moms, great ladies, that give us AEC Family Forum, okay, on regular base. Okay, 老校长回来啦。Hi, 老校长 would you please just say hello? 校长好 Yes, you mute. 哎，校长好。
早上好，你们是晚上好。
对对对，OK， 您好。All right, okay, and then the last but not least, we have Dr. Yiwen Fang, and Dr. Yiwen, who is a prestigious scholar in biology in California, and she also has been volunteering to mentor our students in biology for a couple of years. And I know Yiwen is not here today. Yeah, but I just want to say thank you to all of you because all of our advisors are very passionate about community service and have been offering their strong support to AEC development since the very beginning. Tonight, we just want to say thank you to all of you. Okay, AEC have been offering many free lectures online presented by our advisors. Please check them out on our website. The next, I would like to welcome our special guest tonight. Hey, next. Yes, thank you, Dean. So there are Mrs. Annie Nisa, the scientist from Hill the Bay. Is Mrs. Annie Nisa is here? Hello, if you are here, would you please open your camera and say hi to everybody? We know we will have a lot of exciting projects were to be done, yeah, with Hill the Bay, a very good NGO in California. And also we have Mrs. Becky, the director of summer session of Ucsd. Is Mrs. Becky here? Hello? If you are here, would you please open your camera and say hello to us? Okay. Yeah, anyway, welcome. And also we have Dr. Scarlett Jai. Yeah, she's a president of SCCAEPA, which is also very good NGO in South California for environmental protection. And is that Dr. Scarlett here tonight? Okay, so we also have Mrs. Tina from Bay Coding Club. And we also have two of our very close friends, Mr. Zhang from Shenzhen Learning Difficulties Association. Hi, Zhang. He's with Lao Xiaozhang right now. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, welcome. Okay. And also we have our very dear friends, Kiki Chen from HOSA China SKT. Hi, Kiki, are you here? All right, she's in China. Okay. So thank you so much for joining us tonight, all the special guests. Okay, and we're looking forward to the more cooperation with all of you in the coming year. And the next, I'm happy to introduce the new leadership team of AEC. So we have Wesley Lau, which is our newly appointed president.
Hi.
Hi, Wesley. Hi. Okay, and Wesley will lead the board of directors, including Dr. Simon, Director of Operation. Hi, Dr. Simon, would you please say hi?
Hi, everyone. Welcome.
Hi, yes, thank you. And also we have Dean.
Hello, everyone.
Which did the most preparation of this conference. Okay, thank you, Dean, so much. And also we have Mary. Hi, Mary. Yeah, the young artist. Hello, Mary.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Hi, hello. Okay, so yeah, both of them are director of marketing. And then we have also a young fresh graduate from the Pepperdine University, Joy Liu, to be the director of membership. Hi, Joy.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to our annual conference.
Yes, okay. And beside them, we also have two very young and talented students, interns, and one is Celine and one is Wilson. Okay, yeah, so these are our organizers, for this event. Okay, thank you so much for your effort and hard work. Now let's welcome Dr. Simon to give us the opening message. Okay, next.
Hello, my name is Dr. Simone Hicks and I'm the Director of Operations at AEC. I am so excited to share with you the wonderful work that our young scholars are doing. We were founded in 2018 as a nonprofit organization dedicated to developing young leaders and global innovators. We have 3 clubs that we are currently featuring. One is our Outright Club, where we allow students to learn the tenets of writing and engage in publication works and just basic writing. Next is our Special Education Club, where we seek to promote awareness of individuals with disabilities navigating day-to-day life. And finally, we have our RUP Club, which is dedicated to environmental conservation. Each of these groups have done tremendous work over the years. They have engaged in projects, they have also engaged in publications, and they are our leaders. So we are excited to share with you the work that they have done. We are also welcoming your participation. If you are a mentor or if you're interested in being a coach on our advisory board and a student, please visit us at aecglobal.org. Again, that's aecglobal.org. Thank you and welcome.
Thank you very much, Dr. Simon, for such a great overview. Now I will go over the agenda for today's annual conference. First, William will give us an overview about the RUP, Renewable Urban Pioneers Club. After that, Tommy Liu will give us an overview about the Special Education Project. Then, Rachel will give us an overview about the Outright Club. Next, Chancy will give us an announcement for the AEC's new leadership team. After that, Dr. Ron Welder will give us a keynote speech about service learning in university admissions. Then, Wesley will announce the upcoming AEC competition. In the end, Dr. Simon will do the closing remarks. Now, let us please welcome William to give us an introduction and also an overview to the Renewable Urban Pioneers Club.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the annual AEC conference. I'm William, the president of Renewable Urban Pioneers, and today I'm going to explain what we do as an organization. Next slide. Here are the members of RUP. Next slide, please. Okay. To start off, an overview of 2020. First of all, we published research articles. We separated the students into 3 groups, and each gathering research about what is deforestation, why we should care, and what we can do about it. The topics focused on all sorts of things in relation to deforestation, like cattle farm, meat, soybean production, palm oil, and much more. In the end, we published the articles in a web journal called Research and Development in Engineering. Next slide. We also hosted a webinar with speakers from 2 NGOs. One is Rainforest Trust, a nonprofit focused on combating deforestation and preserving wildlife diversity in the Amazon rainforest. And the other one is Greenpeace International, that focuses on activism and clean energy. During the webinar, the speakers discussed about their organization's approach in conservation, and our student groups also shared their research findings. And let's see if I could post a link in the chat here. Okay. We also started a t-shirt campaign. We design our own t-shirts and sell them in the US as well as in China. All the profits made would then go directly towards a nonprofit. Overall, we raised about $1,500 towards protecting the Amazon rainforest. Okay, then what is the future direction of RUP? Well, we could continue to do more research or host more webinars or even sell more t-shirts. But in the end, it is up to the new members to decide. If you think that you have a good idea, then bring it up. We don't have to be limited by a few activities. It is, after all, a student-run organization. Next slide. So why would you want to join RUP? How would it benefit you? That is hard to say. What you gain out of it depends a lot on how much effort you put in. But what's important is that RUP allows you to freely develop your interests. For me, I got to experience leading a group and learn about how to flexibly apply my data analysis skills. To list some examples of what others did, some members learned about graphic design, some learned about maintaining a social media presence, research, editing videos, translation, contacting other NGOs, more research, starting a fundraiser. The point is, if you join RUP, there will always be a role for you. And that concludes my presentation. Thank you.
Hey, thank you very much, William, for such a great presentation. Now let us please welcome Tommy Liu to give us an introduction to the special education project.
Hey everyone, my name is Tommy, and I'm going to talk about special education project. Next please. And this is an overview of our project in 2020. So we basically did an online webinar in 2020 for our previous special education project. We did an online webinar in order to spread awareness about these topics. And around 130 people attended the seminars, and some audiences from the webinar showed interest about this AEC special education group as well. Next, please. Um, for our preparation stage, we've been separated into 3 groups, and each group worked on a certain type of special needs symptoms. The 3 groups are ADHD, dyslexia, and autism. In addition, we also invited some special guests to join our meeting. We invited Dr. Gregory Endelman, who is the Dean of Special Education in Orange County Art School, Jiaji Wu, who is a psychology professor at University of Iowa, and Xiaoli Cai, who is a principal from a special education school in Wuhan. Next page, please. All students and special guests share some valuable information, and some audiences presented their thoughts as well. The meeting was very successful, and we're excited to bring special education to the next stage. Um, in addition, we also cooperated with an organization called 学爱会 in Shenzhen. This organization focuses on helping students with special needs and give them proper educations. Since the special education is now a very popular topic in China, we decided to work together and spread awareness about this. And this is our future direction club. Currently, we're doing special education stage 2. After special education webinar, we received many positive feedbacks. We decided to bring our project into the next stage. We're going to make a documentary about special education. We'll present how those special needs children's parents and special education instructors feels about special education these topics, and what is it like during their daily life. This project could let audience to better understand this topic and actually walk into the life of those people who are related to special needs and special educations. Next page, please. Here are some benefits by joining our groups. So students in these organizations can actually get a lot of benefits. Firstly, you can learn many new things that you didn't know before. For my example, I joined this group last year, and I didn't know anything about this special education before. After joining this group and doing research about ADHD, I started to get interested and understand more into this topic. Secondly, you can actually make a lot of new friends in the group because you will get a chance to work with many other new people. Finally, we highly encourage more people to join us. You can learn more about special education and the importance of this topics. And you can meet more people and make more friends within our groups. And you can learn more things and help other people at the same time. This is an unique opportunity to do community service for this special topics. So please join us. We can help more people with more students with special needs. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Tommy, for such a great speech. Now let us please welcome Rachel to give us an introduction to the Outright Club.
Hi guys, this is Rachel. I will be introducing my program Outright with you all. Next slide, please. Okay, so what is Outright? Outright is an educational program run entirely by high school students that provides free creative writing lessons to children in elementary and middle school. Next slide. So some of our goals are to instill creativity within our students by promoting self-expression and encouraging them to use their imagination in their writing as much as possible. We also work to build their technical skills such as basic grammar, sentence structure, spelling, etc., by giving them personalized feedback and evaluations. And as for our volunteers, Outright provides them with very hands-on experience to get close to children. And it's also a great way to hone their own writing and teaching abilities. So for me, leading Outright has played a really large role in developing my interest in curriculum design. Next slide. All right, so Outright began in summer 2020, and since then we've had 2 terms, and we are currently in the middle of our 3rd term. Classes are typically 1 hour long, and we have them every Sunday from 4 to 5 p.m. We've also integrated the program into the Creative Writing Conservatory curriculum at the Orange County School of the Arts by offering it as a service project to students in the community arts class. Next slide. All right, so here are some photos of our class sessions. As you can see, we cover topics from character building and design to rhetorical appeals and everything in between. And the photo in the bottom right is actually a very touching memory for all of our members of when one of our students wrote us a thank you card for Christmas, which was super sweet. Next slide. All right, and as for the future, we plan to continue to provide instruction and guidance to children. Something we're thinking about starting actually is offering limited spots for private instruction and tutoring services that kids can sign up for in addition to our Sunday group classes. So for these, rather than using a pre-decided curriculum by the volunteers, the students would be bringing us things that they need help on. So for example, if a student has an English essay that they're struggling with, or maybe they have their own creative writing areas they want supplemental instruction with, or maybe if there's a lesson that we taught in our group classes that they didn't fully understand, they can bring that to us and we will help them with that. And we're also currently in the process of planning what things will look like once we transition from online distance learning back to in-person instruction, although this most likely won't happen for a while. Next slide. All right, so if you're interested in joining Outright, whether that's as the parent or a guardian of a potential student or as a student volunteer, please reach out for more. Feel free to use either of the emails on the slide or contact me at my phone number also shown on the slide. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks so much, everyone.
Thank you, Rachel, for such a wonderful overview. Now, let us please welcome Jancy to give us a recap and also an announcement for the AEC's new leadership.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much, Tommy. And also, I got to say thank you so much for our students. Yeah, our William, Tommy, and Rachel have done great and wonderful projects for past 1 year. And for past year, you know, the COVID-19, everybody only can work online, but we never stop our action. We really put our heart, our talents, and our, you know, willingness to learn into our action. And we help the students in special education, and we do the environmental protection, and also we try to help the young students for their writing skill. Yeah, so I think this is a really, you know, amazing, and I hope every students will join our clubs. And even though if you have any special talent, you would like to build up your own club, our AEC also will going to help you about that. Okay, so moving forward, now I'm very happy and glad to officially introduce our new appointed AEC President, Wesley Lau, to everyone here tonight. Okay, so I think I have to say from bottom of my heart, Wesley is one of the most capable and talented, but also low-key and also modest young men I ever met in my life. Okay, so I'm so glad I can introduce him, and we can recommend him to be the president of AEC. So Wesley is a fresh graduate from UC Berkeley, and in the environmental economics and policy and policy as well. Okay, and then he has the full-time job in San Francisco right now, and he's very we're so lucky to have him to be the president, not only because he has this environmental science background, but also he's very interested into special education development in China. Yeah, so he already talked a lot with John in Shenzhen. And but more importantly, he has a big heart to help others and also society. And also he has done a lot of executions. So I'm sure Wesley will be the best role model for our AEC students members. Now let's welcome Wesley. Hey,
Thank
next.
You.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Jancy. Welcome to annual conference. It's my great honor to serve AEC as the new president in the upcoming year. It's definitely one of my best honor to work with all of you and to be part of this such great organization. My mission is the same as AEC. I hope to bring more opportunity and leadership training and tutoring to all the students at AEC and become more of an exemplary citizen in the world and a change maker in the future. And after gaining all the mentorship I had from Jancy and Robert previously, it's my mission to carry on and bring and continue the legacy of AEC. And next slide, please. Well, first of all, I really want to appreciate all the work special education project team have done in the past. And we are really proud of your commitment. And I want to congratulate of your year-long project. And I wish you guys can continue to stay committed to our core group or to your previous work and become better change maker in the future. And to Tiffany Zhang, Shooting Lee, Phoebe Liu, Coco Lee, Wei Wei He, Selena Xie, Tommy Liu, who's here, and Rachel Tian, and Maolong Wen. And I wish you can stay in touch and continue your great work in the future. And next we have our AEC Environmental Conservation Project, RUP project. And I will also want to thank you all the great work you have done. Alina Chen, Tianren Dong, Alan Liu, Jasper Yao, William Chen, who's here, Thomas Chen, Gary Pan, Jason Zhang, David Jin, Hong Yi Chen, CC Zhang, Paige Wu, Wilson Zhu, and Tian Jiao Dong, and Yue Yao Zhou, and Peter Gao. And also stay committed to what you're doing right now and be part of the AEC core team and that you like. And next, I would like to welcome our new leadership joining us. And I'm really proud to having them on board in the future. And Justin Zhang, who is a very talented young musician and artist, and he will be serving us our special education project as a VP of marketing. And we also have Tommy Lei, who's a moderator right now, and he's also will be joining us as a general VP of special education project. And we also welcome Cassie Liu, who will be our board director for the RUP project and special education project. And I know Cassie Liu has also many great ideas to do community service in the future. And we are very open to work with her in the future and see what we can do. And also, if you are interested doing more and you have not signed up for the new leadership yet, please scan the QR code or reach out to any of us and apply to be our AEC volunteer in the future. And we're open to all the help we can have or for different organization and for the AEC core team in general. And I just want to share how volunteering have changed my life in the past. In the past, I've worked with different NGO in the past. One is called Alliance for Climate Education, and also Greenpeace, and also participate in other summer camp in the environmental field called SC3. And also I've been a consultant for SunPower, who's a solar roof company, and Clean Fund, more of a solar finance company. And working and interning in the past have establish my mission and vision and how to serve the society. It's not just working and studying, is there more to it. And I wish all of you can carry on the mission and do things and change the society at your power. And next slide, please. And next we have going to have our keynote speaker, Dr. Ron. From Perceiver. Dr. Ron, I'm very glad Dr. Ron is here today. He received a Doctor of Education Policy Administration from University of Minnesota. Currently, he is the Director of Educational Consultant at Perceiver. In the past, he has over 30 years of education experience by serving for different heads of different school in the past, and also he is the program director of Oxford Rural Academic at Oxford University and Yale University. Without further ado, I would like to have a big round of applause for Dr. Ron to continue keynote speech. Thank you.
Rounds of applause don't really work on video very well. Thank you, Wesley. That's really
it's here. Yes. Yeah.
Thank you, Wesley. That was really kind. Boy, it's really intimidating to be following everyone pretty much, and I'm flattered to have been asked to just give a few remarks. I don't have a lot of time to do that, but I think what I'll try to say will put what Wesley and Rachel and Tommy and some of the other students have just put it into context, so that you can get a sense of maybe not what's motivating them, but how the ideas of community service, and service learning are so important and impactful in the lives of students, but also as they're applying to university and for admissions. Community service and service learning are such an important aspect of the college application process, particularly when you look at the two main components to university application. One is academic. That's the GPA, the grades, the test scores, the quantifiable things, the numeric things. And then in American education, the non-academic part of the application process is now becoming more and more important, in part because, especially during COVID, these quantifiable aspects have become not totally unreliable, but many of the exams that have been required are not required right now. They're optional, or they're not being done at all. Even with grades, many schools are giving no grades, or they're giving pass fail. And so a lot of the quantifiable things that we could rely on very consistently before have now been have seen quite an adjustment. And so universities are spending more and more time looking at those non-academic aspects that will set apart one student from another student. And so tonight you're talking about it now, we're going to talk a little bit about this small component of the non-academic aspect. So Dean, if you would, next slide, please. Thank you. So community service and sometimes service learning are terms that are used interchangeably. They're not interchangeable entirely. And I'm going to just give you a little bit of the difference between the two of them. So community service or service is work that's done usually by a person or a group of people for the benefit of others, often the larger community. And the larger community can be your school, it can be the neighborhood, it can be your town, your city, it can be something that's done nationally or internationally. It's unpaid. because if it's paid, then it's work, and it's not community service or service. And it may be voluntary, something that you decide to do, or something that your school compels you to do as part of a graduation requirement. The thing about community service, so for example, on Monday mornings, that's my day off with Perceiver. On Monday mornings, from 9 to 11 in the morning, I go down about 20 miles from here, and I work in a food bank. And I go in for 2 hours, and I put food in boxes, and it goes on a conveyor belt, and there's a bunch of people doing that, and they wrap them up, and then people in the community who are in need of food will come by and pick those up. That's an example of community service. It's just me. I do it because I think it's the right thing to do. You heard Wesley talk a little bit about his motivations for things. I do it because it's the right thing to do, but it's not tied to anything that I do. It can be a one-off thing, but there's no kind of curricular component to it. That's different from service learning. And in fact, most of what you've heard of his examples, as in with Outright or the Conservation Project, those are more service learning. There's a component to them where they're done in the context of an academic class or a school sponsored initiative or some partnership where there are clear objectives and understandings and outcomes that are driving what the students are doing. It's very purposeful. You can hear that in the way that the students are talking about it. They're not just going for 2 hours and putting cans into a box and sending them out. They're really putting a lot of thought into it, and there's discussion and there's planning. Service learning is really what we want to encourage students, even if you're doing community service like me, to put that kind of reflection and thought into whatever it is that you are doing as part of your service activities. They won't all be service learning, but you need to think of them in terms of a service learning project. So how am I impacting the people around me? How am I being impacted by it? Why am I doing this? Where am I able to show skills or leadership? Think of it in terms of a very deliberate, focused effort on your part as you're doing these activities. Next slide, please. So why is community service or service learning important? Well, it's important to universities, and hopefully it's important to you for other reasons, and it is important in and of itself. Not everything that we should do should be focused on, serving a purpose that's going to benefit us. In fact, it's almost oxymoronic that you're doing something for the purpose of, university admissions, when this is the kind of thing that you should just be doing because it's the right thing to do. But sometimes it can be both. And in this case, universities want to see that you are doing something larger than yourself, outside of yourself, something that's done for others, because in their mind, that means that you are more likely to do that at the university. You're more likely to participate in the community outside of yourself, that you're not just there for the academic education, you're not just there for meeting your needs, but you want to change the campus, you want to invest in it, you want to do something that's bigger than you outside of that. It also shows that you can manage your time, that if you're doing your academic activities and you're doing some other things and you're doing service, then you have a good understanding of how best to manage your own time. It shows that you share the school's values. There are many schools, oftentimes there are religious schools, Catholic schools, Jesuit schools, where their expectation is that you come into their community having a strong background in service and in service learning, because they require it at their university. They expect you to be contributing to something larger than yourself. So it's part of the shared values of the university or the college that you're going to. And also because, as I said before, and I think you've heard from some of the students and you heard from Wesley, it's just the right thing to do. the spirit of volunteerism and doing things for other people is very much of the fabric of American society. It's very much about helping your neighbor. And this is part of contributing to that idea and that motivation. Slide, please. So what should they include? What should the service activities include when you're looking for something to do? Well, service activities, community service, service learning should not be thoughtless. When you're considering what you should be doing or what you'd like to do, it shouldn't be random or it shouldn't be thoughtless. When I'm doing this on Monday morning, I really put some thought into what is it that I want to do? How do I feel that I can, who are the people that I want to impact and affect? So even though mine is just a community service activity, I thought about what it was that I wanted to do. And I have other things that I want to do too, because this was accessible to me and it was something that I was motivated by. But community service isn't something that you're just doing. You know, I have to do community service because they expect it in university and I've got to do it for this. Don't go into community service thinking I'm going to do community service, because that will come out when you're explaining yourself, when you're expressing yourself or communicating who you are. If community service has just been something that you do, it will show. It should really be connected to something that you are interested in, should be connected to something that you're passionate about, should be connected with something that you see in the future that you might be connected to. So I encourage you, when you're thinking about choosing service activities, be purposeful in how you're choosing them. Make sure that there's a reason and a rationale behind it. Maybe you want to go and be a doctor. Maybe you want to go into medicine or in the health industry. Well, a really good and obvious volunteer or service activity would be in a hospital or being in a nursing home or something, or a senior center or something like that, or working with children who have cancer in a unit. Okay, so you want to align things with what you are passionate about or interested in. They should be sustained and ongoing. They shouldn't be one-off things that you do once or twice and then you're done. The service activities really should be something that you keep going back to over and over again, because you want to develop a history there. You want to develop a track record. You want to be able to go back and say, oh, I've been doing this for a while. This is important to me. I'm not just kind of doing this, you know, for 2 weeks in the summertime. I'm doing this in an ongoing basis. They should deepen your understanding of those around you and those outside of you, so that you get a sense of, we're in a very privileged, everybody here, I'm sure, in this call, it's been a very privileged status, and getting a sense of those outside of you who may be struggling or may be in need or would be really benefit from your help is really important. And then it'll help to develop your emotional and ethical awareness. So stepping outside of yourself, but also seeing how the world is being impacted by the work that's being done by other people and how that makes a difference, and how it makes a difference in a positive way. Slide, please. So when you think about that, think about how it might impact the application that you write for university. Why do I do this? Why does this matter? How will I use this? Well, in my experience, service activities are one of the most common topics of student responses on the personal statement and the college essay, because they are rich for the kinds of questions that you will be asked about leadership, about challenges that you may have overcome, about people who have had an influence on you, about ways that you've impacted people or have been impacted by them. All of those kinds of questions, which are common questions in personal statements and in the college essays, will emerge from the activities that you're involved in, because you'll have specific, detailed, authentic, genuine experiences that you can bring to the table and that you can write about and that you know about, because you're not just seeing them or reading about them, you're experiencing them. So the impact on the application is that you have the ability then to reflect on something that you've been doing for a long time, that you really care about, that has changed you and that you've been changed by, and gives you the ability to write and experience in ways that show commitment, show leadership, and show concern beyond yourself. Last slide, please. So just some final thoughts. Just remember that service and service learning are really essential aspects to your portfolio, your entire portfolio as a student when you're applying. These are essential aspects of your portfolio and the admissions process. Students who have demonstrated compelling service activities, compelling service learning activities, are at a distinct advantage when you're applying to universities, because you are setting yourself above and apart from students who might not have those activities. So when, again, to go back to some context, when you look at, Rachel was talking about Outright and the conservation project and the other activities, these are things that are sustainable, they're ongoing, they make a difference, they're thoughtful, they provide a lot of opportunities for reflection. And when you're able to use those experiences and you're able to write about them in a very compelling and interesting way that reveals you as a student, that puts you in a cut above and a class above many of the other students that you'll be applying with and competing against in your application. So I encourage you, whether it's through AEC or an activity that you're involved in or thinking about, I really encourage you to get involved deeply in an ongoing way, and reflect on it as much as you can. Keep a journal, and do it for the right reasons, which are just because it's the right thing to do, but always be thinking forward and thinking about your application when you're doing that too. So thank you for listening. Thanks for the opportunity to speak in front of all these wonderful and amazing students and people. And yeah, have a wonderful rest of the program.
Thank you, Dr. Ron. It's great to have you have given the great remark on community service and service learning. And also want to thank all the perceivers, supporter and support to AEC. We cannot do it without you guys. And next, we're going to announce our AEC competition for this year, Foresee 2030. First of all, I want to say thank you to Mary for designing such an amazing poster on the left. And thank you so much. And I want to also thank all the partners we have, organization we have here, and are coming next time. And for this competition, we're going to have it for 2 categories, art and speech and writing. And we would like our student going to present idea on how would they foresee 2030 in the future, and how are they going to work toward the mission and vision they see for 2030. Because 2020 has been a crazy time for each one of us, and we have encountered numerous difficulty, but then we overcome it at the end. The struggle against COVID-19 and the fire, all the struggle we have encountering, we all find a way to figure it out. But the world is changing every day. 5G technology, the vaccine. We wish our students to put in some thoughts and inputs on how they will envision 2030 in the future. And we also will have a monetary prize for first and second and third place for both category. And how to enter, we're gonna have a registration link on the AEC website very soon. And stay tuned, and please contact us if you have more questions in the future. And all the excellent work of painting and your speech will be exhibited through different ways and also in different social media platforms and perhaps in different libraries or museum in the future. And next slide, please. And both categories are open to all high school students from grade 9 to 12. And at the end, I would like to introduce our board director, Dr. Simon, to give our closing remark for the AEC Annual Conference.
Thank you, Wesley. Thank you so much. I'm really excited and mostly honored to be among the excellent students, our excellent professional leaderships. This was an incredible opportunity. I have definitely learned a lot. So on behalf of AEC, I would like to express our sincere thanks to our outstanding advisors, to our outstanding committee. We had a conference committee and everyone made time, was flexible, confirming details. So that was not overlooked. We're really appreciative. And our guest speaker, Dr. Ron, we're so appreciative. I took notes, and what stuck out to me, you said it's not just something you do, right? So when we think about service learning, it's not just something you do, but more about the emotional and ethical awareness. And that stuck with me because that is what sustains us when times get difficult and challenging. So thank you for sharing that with our students. I will definitely be borrowing that as we continue along. I'm really excited. And many thanks to our students. You have done excellent work. And the truth is, this is not something you have to do, right? And so this is something extra you have taken on and you have said you are committed to. Your hard work is noticed. Thank you for each one of those clubs. We appreciate your weekly contribution. We appreciate what you have to add. I'm certain that there's so many more exciting works that will be done. If this is the beginning, I can't imagine where we're going. And honestly, I'm learning so much from each of you. So while you may think I'm the coach, I'm definitely learning from each of you. You are valued and we are excited to see how you take on the world. And, I'm just excited to share our projects tonight. It was good seeing the work each of you done. We have several social media platforms and we would like each of you on this call tonight to please stay engaged. We have a role for each of you, whether that's advising, whether that's supporting us in any type of way, leveraging partnerships we may have. We encourage you to please contact us. Dean is our AEC Director of Public Relations and will be an excellent contact. You can also scan the WeChat and have access to have conversations with us. Myself, I welcome future conversations and how we can partner. And I just want to express my sincere thanks to each one of you for coming this evening or morning, depending on where you are. We're really appreciative. And that is all. And that will conclude our conference. This is the first annual conference, so there'll be many more, and I hope you continue to follow us. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Dr. Simon. Sorry, I just want to add, because Dr. Simon, yeah, she's working for Scripps College as a student management director as well. That's why I just really want to thanks to her, put all her Saturdays with us. For past already like 4 or 5 months, right? All her Saturdays are with us, with the students, and to be the coach, yeah, for the students' clubs. So thank you so much. Yes. Okay.
Thank you, Jancy. And in the end, I would like to show our sincere appreciation to all the audience who joined us today. We are hopeful that you will continue to follow us, and a big thank you. Okay. And we are hopeful that you will continue to follow us. Thank you.
Thank you, Tommy.
Founded in 2018, American Educated Chinese Foundation, AEC, is a non-profit organization and a certifying organization for the President's Volunteer Service Award. Our mission is to develop Chinese and American students into global leaders and innovators by providing mentorship, training, and opportunities to engage in service learning. Operating in China and the US, AEC provides an educational platform for student volunteers to lead and manage meaningful organizations and service projects. This encourages young people around the world to participate in community service and address global issues. The students gain a deeper understanding of global trends in a cross-cultural context, making them better global citizens and more responsible leaders. AEC believes that empowering young people will build a better world. Therefore, it has created a Small Hands Guided by Big Hands student participation program that leverages AEC expertise to develop and inspire the next generations of leaders. AEC has a team of experts across diverse fields in China and the US who serve on the board of advisors and provide students with strong guidance on how to utilize resources. Through regular mentoring sections, AEC's mentor equip young leaders with a global mindset. This is the key element in solving the world's problems of the 21st century.